The World Health Organization defines mental health as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. The coronavirus disease, COVID-19, was a pandemic caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Since its emergence in Asia last 2019, the virus is spread to all continents. At this time, it was evident that the majority of students have become overwhelmed with this new normal due to the fact that they were social beings that were used to interacting with individuals such as their classmates, teachers, and friends. However, a lot has changed since then. Lockdowns, ECQs, MGCQs, social distancing, and online learning become a great deal. This pandemic has greatly harmed the mental health of the students, which caused them to feel lonely with not enough social interactions with society. However, students who experience loneliness tend to spend their time on social media, which help them to reduce the feeling of being lonely. Recently, the growing cases of COVID-19 were the reasons why students suffer from their mental health. This was where the students were expected to study online classes or modular. Online classes were difficult for most students since there were educators who did not consider accepting students' late submission of requirements due to inconveniences such as low internet connection, the frequent loss of electricity, and other disruptions that could cause the students to delay the submission of their school activities. In addition, online classes also contributed to interfering with most of the students' mental health by pressuring and bombarding them with modules or activities and other requirements that they need to be submitted on time. Thus, it can cause a lot of pressure, anxiety, and loss of motivation or interest and energy to do tasks. The WHO emphasizes that mental health is more than just the absence of mental health disorders or disabilities. Maintaining peak mental health entails not only attempting to avoid active conditions but also ensuring ongoing health and well-being, as well as happiness. They also highlight the significance of maintaining and rebuilding psychological health over an individual scale, but also in various communities and societies around the world. Our emotional, psychological, and social well-being all contribute to our mental health. It has an impact on how we feel, think, and act. It also influences how we deal with stress, interact with others, and make decisions. Mental health is essential at all stages in life, from childhood to adolescence to adulthood. Whether you have a psychological problems in one's life, one's thinking, mood, and behavior may be affected. Our behavior was a result of the life experiences, not the unconscious mind. We benefit from our interactions with our surroundings. Mental health develops along an unexpected path. People attempt to adjust to their environment to survive within it. In line with this, the fact that our species are experiencing a collective deficit in human interaction has serious consequences for our mental health and overall human experiences. Coronavirus disease remains to be a threat to the mental health of every Filipino to this day. Since the pandemic outbreak, a lot of people have suffered from distress, anxiety, depression, and insomnia as reported in general populations. COVID-19 had an immense influence on youth's mental health. Therefore, they are advised that nearby governments should create successful mental intercessions for youth groups. Additionally, it was critical to consider the educational level and occupation of the youth amid the mediation. The coronavirus pandemic's impact on mental health stated that people's behavior greatly affects the pandemic's dynamic while altering the severity, transmission, disease flow, and repercussion. If you are facing mental health issues, know that you are not alone and you don't need to be positive all the time. It's perfectly okay to feel sad, angry, annoyed, frustrated, scared, and anxious. Having feelings doesn't make you a negative person. It makes you a human. To the ones who overcome their hardest trials in silence without anyone knowing, I want you to know that your mental health matters. You might be overwhelmed, but hold on to your faith. Life challenges are meant to shape you. Mahalaga ka, and together, let's break the stigma.